There is a battle going on in the village between zombies and Tung 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 Sahur. They're trying to figure out who's really the strongest among them. Tung 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 Sahur destroys the little zombie helpers because he has a very powerful weapon in the form of a baton in his hands. The big zombie got angry and decided to attack. Now the whole village is going to be destroyed because the big zombie is angry and wants to attack the houses. The villagers don't know how to protect their homes because Tung 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 Sahur is gone.
Mikey, you saw that a huge zombie attacked the village, and now they have no defender left. We urgently need to fix this somehow. Let's run up to the villager. Let's find out what really happened here. Hi, what happened?
Oh!
A huge zombie attacked Tung 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 Sahur and destroyed it. We want everything back the way it was, and we'll need a defender. I am willing to pay a huge amount of money to anyone who can build and revitalize Tung 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 Sahur.
Wow! Of course I'll agree! JJ, you better not compete with me, because I'll be much better able to build Tung 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 Sahur. There will be no more destroyed houses in this village. Oh!
The construction of Tung 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 Sahur starts right now!
Go ahead!
Build battle will find out who is the best builder among us. All right, starting with the legs. They need to be huge and super solid, just like the real Tung 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 Sahur. I'm using thick logs to make sure the whole statue feels powerful from the ground up. No way this thing's tipping over, even in an earthquake. Now onto the torso. I want it to look big and strong, like a true wooden warrior. I'm stacking oak planks all the way up, keeping it symmetrical, but adding a little curve so it doesn't look too boxy. This is gonna feel like he's coming to life right in the middle of the battle arena. Next up, his arms. One arm stretched forward like he's shouting "Sahur" across the sky, and the other one bent like he's ready to punch something. I'm even adding a bit of muscle detail with different blocks so it doesn't just look like two sticks sticking out. Woohoo! Now I need to finish building the arm as quickly as possible because I have a very funny and fun plan. I am sure that my statue will be very strong and realistic. In order to complete the task of the villager must really try. But now it's time to rest. I'm going to make a fun prank on Mikey. Ho-ho! All right, time to spice things up a bit. Mikey has no idea what's coming. I'm just gonna fly right over this giant wall and see what masterpiece he's secretly working on. This is gonna be good. Huh? Oh, wow. Is that supposed to be a statue? It kinda looks like a chicken mixed with a box. Welp, guess what? Let's see how it handles a little fiery action. Say hello to my good old flint and steel.
Ah! No. JJ, what are you doing? That's not funny. I spent so long building this. You're setting everything on fire.
Look at you running around like crazy. You're just dumping water everywhere. Now it's not just burned, it's soggy too. This is even better than I imagined.
I was trying to make something cool, and now it's just a giant puddle of sadness. This was supposed to be my victory build.
All right, mission complete. That was hilarious. Now I better get back and finish building my enormous, legendary, absolutely unbeatable Tung 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 Sahur statue. Oh, all right. Just a few more finishing touches on the face. Placing the eyes her, mouth right there, and done. The expression is spot on. It's got that intense stare and the dramatic eyebrows. This looks exactly like the real Tung 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 Sahur. Honestly, it might be my best build ever. Okay, moment of truth. Time to unleash the ultimate surprise. I'm typing the command now. Summon Tung 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 Sahur. And boom! He's here. He's actually alive. That thing is moving on its own. This just went from build battle to boss battle. An incredible battle is about to begin, which only I can win.
You summoned a real moving tongue. Tung Tung Sahur. That's not building. That's full-on cheating. Well, guess what, JJ? Two can play that game.
That's cute, but your little guys look like ants next to my mega monster. Look at him. He just crushed 3 of them with 1 footstep. This isn't even a fair fight anymore. I told you.
This is so unfair. You always pull some crazy command at the last second. Fine. You want to play dirty? Then I'm going full savage mode.
No! No! My Tung 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 Sahur! Mikey, what are you doing? That took forever to build, and now he's melting into a pile of ash and sadness. You are so paying for this in the next round. Oh, all right, new round, new strategy. If Mikey thinks a little lava is gonna stop me, he's got another thing coming. This time, I'm building something even better. An upgraded, fully armored Tung 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 Sahur made entirely out of iron blocks. This thing's gonna look like a robot boss from the future. Starting from the legs again, but not like last time. These won't be just big, they'll be massive, reinforced, and industrial. I'm layering iron blocks with polished andesite for extra texture. It's gonna look like this thing was built in a secret military lab. And now, time for the feet. I'm adding pistons underneath to make it look like it can launch into the air at any second. Imagine this thing stomping down with full power. Mikey's tiny army would be toast in 5 seconds. Moving up to the knees, I'm throwing in some redstone lamps to make it look like there's energy pulsing through it. I want it to feel alive. Even though it's made of metal, it's gotta look like it's powered up and ready for battle. This isn't just a statue, it's a weapon. Now onto the thighs. Big, bulky, and covered with iron trapdoors for that tech armor vibe. I'm even adding a few vents using iron bars, just in case Mikey looks close and thinks, okay, lower body complete. This already looks way more intimidating than the last version. If the bottom half is this strong, Mikey's gonna freak out when he sees the full statue. Time to keep building. This is only the beginning. Ho-ho! Now for the torso. I'm going all out. I'm stacking layers of iron blocks, then outlining them with quartz to give it that ultra-clean, futuristic armor look. Right in the center of the chest, I'm placing a redstone core surrounded by glass, like a glowing energy reactor. It's the kind of detail that makes it feel like this thing could come alive at any second. I'm even adding some iron stairs and slabs around the chest and shoulders to make the shape more dynamic. It shouldn't just be a box. I want this statue to look like it was engineered by a genius with unlimited resources. Mikey built a big statue. Wait, what the? How did Mikey build something that huge? I was so focused on my robot that I didn't even notice his statue creeping up behind the wall. All right, I've got to do something legendary if I want to top that. A regular build-off won't cut it anymore, but what if I turn mine into a ticking time bomb? He'll never see it coming. Okay, I'm breaking open the chest panel, right here behind the reactor core. I'll hide the TNT inside the torso and then seal it back up like nothing ever happened. I set up a lot of dynamite. I place a lot of it in order to have a cooler explosion, and there's nothing left to build it. That's why I think I'm already finishing up and moving on to finish my building. Well, I'm done now. I need to go back so that Mikey doesn't burn me. I see he's ruining my building too.
Woohoo! It's okay. I didn't break a lot of things here.
But he wasn't here for long, so I'm at home. He didn't break anything much here. I think I'll quickly fix all the holes that he made and proceed with the construction of TUNG 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 SAHUR. For now, I'll agree that it doesn't look much like it, but for now I'm just making a mock-up, and then with the help of the team, I'll turn it into a real TUNG 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 SAHUR. Therefore, in fact, I still have quite a lot left, but I will try to do it quickly. In order for me to succeed exactly, I need to do at least approximately, and then, accordingly, I will do it all in a different way. Therefore, the most important thing now is to wait. And very soon, I will definitely finish this building, and we will see the final result, but I promise that it will be quite very cool, and I think that everyone will like it, and it will be much cooler than just the same building at Mikey's. I'll be completely done soon. I really hope that I will turn out to be pretty cool and strong, but in principle, of course, it will be anyway, because apparently Mikey will build an ordinary golem, and most likely he doesn't expect me to make my little surprise inside, namely what he has there. There is dynamite that can explode at any moment, and that's exactly what I'll do as soon as I see fit. And anyway, I'm at home, and he was just really surprised, and he's going to have a lot of questions about when I did it, but that will be all in the future for now, and I'm still completing TUNG 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 SAHUR. At this stage, I have finished making his base, namely the body. Now I will need to start making his hands so that it is more or less similar, and in principle it can be considered that I have finished it all done. But of course it takes a little more time for me to finish it all for sure. And then, accordingly, in the end, I'll send him a special command that will give him a very good result, and it will all be very similar to what I really plan to build. Oh, I'm already building my arms. And I also fixed a special bat for him, which is exactly what he should have, and with it I think I can definitely defeat Mikey's golem. And just like that, I have literally just a little bit left, and I can already finish and look at the whole result that I got. Well, that's just the last hand left, and basically TUNG 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 SAHUR is ready, but now it will become even cooler after I apply a special command. Ho-ho! And just now, I have to literally lead TUNG 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 SAHUR, and basically my building will change and be more realistic. Oops. Well, there are only a few seconds left, and just the same we will see the final result, and I think it will be very cool and strong. Woohoo! That's the kind of TUNG 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 SAHUR I got. Well, now we're going to see a confrontation against them. I think mine should be much stronger, but of course we'll see about that now. But as a last resort, if something goes wrong, I'll use dynamite anyway, which is currently in Mikey's golem. So far, to be honest, it is very controversial and it is not really clear which of them is much stronger. So far, TUNG TUNG SAHUR has no chance. Uh-oh. Oh no, it can't be. After all, as I assumed, my chances are much lower, and most likely now this golem will do something to him. What? He still managed to beat him, but it's okay. I still have a little surprise, namely dynamite inside him.
Woohoo!
Well, I think it's time to blow up this dynamite that's inside him right now. Ho-ho! Well, that's great. Now you can say nothing, because in fact, no one is left.
Oh no! This golem was much cooler than your TUNG 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 SAHUR! But I still think that we need to build something else in order to determine who will be much stronger.
Ho-ho! Well then let's build it again.
It's a good idea. Now let's check for sure who will be much stronger.
Well, that's how we broke up with him, but still we didn't really understand which of us was much cooler and stronger. Still, I'm leaning towards the fact that TUNG 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 SAHUR will be much stronger in any case. But in this case, when there was a duel, it was obvious and understandable that he turned out to be much weaker. So now I'm just reviewing and rebuilding him a little bit, of course. In order to make him much stronger and cooler, I'll make him out of diamonds. Which accordingly will mean that it will be much cooler, which we will also check in the future. In the meantime, I've just started building it. Of course, the question may arise why I decided to build it out of diamonds, because in fact, there are still quite a lot of blocks from which it was possible to build. But I still thought about it and decided to build it out of diamonds because these are pretty cool blocks. First of all, they are very strong, and secondly, I think that if it consists entirely of diamonds, then no one will do anything to it, and it will be pretty very durable, or even, it's gonna be pretty cool. So in any case, the next battle will be very epic, and so far, I do not know what Mikey's golem is made of. Although in any case, I can assume that in any case he will also build from diamonds, and this time I will also need to prevent him somehow, but most likely he will be aware, and if I suddenly put dynamite inside his golem again, it probably won't work. And that's why I'm probably just gonna look at what's going on there after a while and maybe just ruin the building for him a little bit. Namely, I'll just take and break something right in front of his eyes, because in fact, you can't do anything to me and you can't stop me in any way. Ho-ho! We need to stop Mikey. Now we need to carefully take off and see what stage he is at now. And just the same, if there is a convenient moment, then I think you need to fly right into it very quickly and start breaking something. I think the easiest thing would be to start breaking your head. Ho-ho! In fact, I'm very surprised. I'm already starting to puzzle over his diamond golem, and he doesn't react to me at all. Most likely he probably doesn't even notice me right now because he's distracted by something else right now, but that's exactly what plays into my hands because I'm more likely to puzzle because I have a very limited time, and I will also need to see what is most important so that he does not fly to me and does not start breaking anything from me. Ho-ho! Great, there's no head!
Well, now I'll break something for you, too.
I'm afraid you won't be able to break anything from me because I'm looking at it right now. So turn around and go finish building your building, and I don't need to touch anything. I managed to drive him away, so I keep building. Ho-ho! Well, you're my Tung 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 Sahur right now. He will become diamond and very cool, and will definitely be able to defeat this golem that he could not defeat before. He's definitely going to be much better than he was that time. Ho-ho! Wow, he turned out to be very cool. Well, now you can go attack Mikey's golem. And just here, we will definitely test all your strength. Ho-ho! It's going to be pretty easy for you because I broke his head. Now he doesn't understand where to go, so come on. You can attack him calmly and win, and this victory will definitely be ours now. In fact, it looks pretty funny because in fact he doesn't even understand where to go and where to hit, so come on, we have to beat him soon. Woohoo! It was a pretty easy victory, and we proved that TUNG 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 SAHUR. It turned out to be much cooler and stronger.
You're lucky because he didn't have a head.
A big zombie came running to us. But there will be another test for TUNG 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 SAHUR. Now he has definitely demonstrated all his strength and will show that he is really much cooler and stronger than even this big zombie. I am absolutely sure he will win. This is a very epic battle. He's attacking a big zombie. TUNG 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 SAHUR won. And in fact, it was obvious because in fact he is much stronger and cooler because I upgraded him. And then, by the way, a villager wants to buy it from me.
I really liked Tung 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 Sahur. I'm ready to buy it from you. After all, he's very cool.
Woohoo! I'm JJ. That's how our wonderful adventure ended.